Hey everyone, welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. I'm your host, Jeremy, for this third adventure tonight. This is our first mid-tier adventure in the land of D&D Time. For those not aware, characters of level 1 through 3 are considered story tier heroes, characters of 4 through 6 are considered fable tier heroes, and 7 through 9 are considered myth tier heroes. Here in the land of D&D Time, these 4 characters are the first ones to reach the mythic level, and as a result are going on this first myth tier adventure. It should be exciting. It's entitled Indisposed. But without further ado, let's introduce everyone for definitely the first time. Kurogan, no longer
absolutely first time.
Powerful. How are you, my friend?
We have definitely not been through this before. Hello.
No, we've never said this before, especially not moments ago because everything was muted. Well, I thought we were immune to that. Now I've grown lazy with my hubris.
How dare you, Roger? Jeez. I am Kurogan the Great and Powerful. Whatever, Jeremy. Stop being a Roger. And I have been training lots and lots of people through my program, Kurogains.
Yeah, how's that going? I hear you have a rival program started by one of the lower level adventurers named Core, who's making Core gains to try and fight.
I am not worried. He is puny adventurer.
Brutal. Well, I guess that's all I gotta ask.
Well, one last thing.
Rubbing off on you, aren't I?
What was that?
I'm finally rubbing off on you. I think my peons will take after me.
Yes, I've even got this cool cape. He flutters his gold-trimmed cape.
Ooh, a fancy cape indeed. So, Kurogan, I do need to ask you, did you forsake your spell knightism? Are you now just great and powerful? You're no longer a spell knight?
Well, no, I'm still a spell knight, technically.
I got you. Okay, you're just a great and powerful spell knight.
Well, that is correct.
Excellent. All right. Well, welcome back, Kurogan. I'm glad to hear Kurogan is going well. And can you tell me one last thing? What's with the golden fluttery cape?
Oh, this.
It's kind of.
You want to know about this? Oh, this is not a big deal. No, not at all. It is just, wings. Every good dragon needs wings. Oh, well, that's
like a cape.
Oh, 1 second. Yeah. Fly! And suddenly the cape just spreads out and becomes giant golden feathered wings.
Oh, damn.
There we go.
The feathers look a little weird on the dragonborn body. But other than that...
Well, because they're golden and they look like scales.
Okay. I gotcha. Well, Kurogan, the great and powerful, the man with wings, apparently. Welcome back to this adventure. I'm excited to see how you handle it.
We're just going to put back down the wings now. Turn it back into a cape.
It's only that 4 hours a day. Next we have Lance Silverblood. Lance, I am going to assume you have not forsaken your 7 silver stars, but instead have just upgraded to the silver Hierophant, correct? It's like a Pokemon. You've evolved.
Something akin to that. When I first came to Bartholomew, anyway? I can only imagine some terrible beast, possibly of the hell. Well, you see, when I first came to Bartholomew's shop, to my shock, it seems that Selune was rather underrepresented, so I wanted to make sure that I, showed who my true colors were for. I would hate for someone to think that I was the cleric of some god, like, who's that sun god? There was that paladin. Everyone now has heard of Selune, so they've heard of the 7 silver stars, and I've moved to a much more modest title. It's a natural progression, I think.
I guess that's fair. I will say, gotta respect the modesty. Not a lot of people can take such immense power and yet continue to be so modest. So, you know what? Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Again, welcome back. It's always good to have Lance Silverblood in these adventures.
It's always good to be here.
Next we have Sylias Galanodel, otherwise known as Judge Switch. Welcome. How you doing?
Hello, Jeremy.
So, Silas, I've had a lot of great opportunities to meet some of your siblings lately. It seems everyone in the Galanodels are kind of looking up to you a little bit.
I'm actually most excited for you, Jeremy, in particular, to meet my grandfather.
Oh. Uh-oh. That sounds dangerous.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it, Jeremy. Oh my God. I'm sure he'll be here, say, by the 25th of May.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing foreboding about that at all. How you been, Sylias? What you been up to with your newfound mythic glory?
Oh, you know, just summoning a Titan god from the realms of the abyss.
What?
Definitely nothing. What?
What? Oh, okay. Nothing too dangerous.
Yeah, nothing too dangerous. Definitely not resurrecting my grandfather.
Well, you know what? It's good to see someone with respect for their elders. So, I'm happy for you, no matter what elder evils you awaken.
Yeah, just don't tell my dad.
Oh yeah, no problem. Welcome, Switch. I'm sorry, Judge Switch. Welcome back to DnDTime. I'm excited to see how you handle this one. And last but certainly not least, Selcress of House Ishal, our favorite Frozen Crown. Welcome, or the only Frozen Crown.
Hello, it is I, Selcress, and these are my champions.
No, that is not what we are being called. No.
I'm fine with it.
No.
Yes.
Switch. It's words of praise. We are the champions.
No, there's a double.
The champions,
there's a double meaning to this. I do not accept.
No.
So Selcress,
you don't really have a choice.
I do have to ask. The champions. That's what you'd want to go with here, huh?
Because they've proven themselves as the best peons among peons. They are the peons, if you will.
I'm not sure. Is that really how that works?
No, we are not the peons. No.
Well, you'll have to all settle that out on your own time. But for now, welcome back to DnDTime, Selcress. What have you been doing in recent weeks? Just hanging?
Well, I've been decorating my place and watching, supervising Kurogan's Kurogans and visiting lands every now and then.
Very well. I mean, that's good to hear that you're out socializing, not just staying down in the deep dark underdark all the time.
Well, I have to decorate my my new castle.
Oh yeah, what have you been doing with your new castle?
Well, Doppel and my dad have been helping me decorate with little bits from our adventures.
Any in particular that are your favorite besides Doppel, of course? Like Doppel, I imagine, is kind of the crown jewel of rewards you've pulled so far out of the adventures.
Well, yeah, but I ordered some steel wool from the dreaming place that I really hate, but they make such nice blankets. I mean, nothing.
I imagine steel wool would really hurt to use the blank. Anyway, well, Selcress, welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. It is, as always, excellent to have you. And without further ado, let's dive into tonight's adventure. Tonight's adventure brings you deep into the heart of the Baradac Swamp, a dark, murky place of burbling black muck and bile.
Jeremiah, we're home.
Yes, switch your mount companion. As you make your way down the one kind of cracked, overgrown, dead cobblestone road that leads through the Baradac, you can see the dark clouds overhead, casting a perpetual shadow upon this land. You see dead trees and bleached white skeletons half poking up out of the gray swamp. However, up ahead, you see a familiar-looking tower a cracked cobblestone tower with a thick wooden door. As you approach, you see a strange sight upon the door, a shriveled up head of some abominable creature, an aberration, an illithid, a mind flayer. It sits shriveled and shrunken, slammed upon the doorway, as though where a knocker may be. And as you approach, its tentacles begin to animate and move, as if in greeting.
Hi again. Does anyone have a skin roll-up for it?
Yeah, it looks toward you hungrily.
I don't know.
Kurogan pulls one out of his bag.
No, it's just you take the disgusting skin roll-up given to you by Crixus, your ally and companion in DnDTime.
I've wrapped it up in some cloth, so it didn't touch anything else in my bag.
As you hold the skin roll-up out, the tentacled face veil that wraps all over it and pulls it in. You hear like a slight crunching sound, and some viscous green liquid kind of drools from its tentacled mouth. And then it falls silent and still. Then the door cracks open.
All yours, bro. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Clinton.
You make your way in, calling for your pal Clinton. And as you do, you see a dark figure wearing a long black flowing cloak, tendrils of black shadow flowing out underneath. On the chest of the cloak, a large golden embroidered skull, same with each shoulder. The hood is pulled over and casts perpetual shadow over the person's face. And as they approach you, they pull back the hood to reveal Clinton Slaughtermurder.
Clint, my man, what's up?
A fairly young dude. He's got kind of tousled chestnut brown hair, and you can see he's actually grown in a bit of a chin strap beard that's like very finely cut that looks a little out of place on him. And he says, "Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome. Please come in. It's been a long time."
You should slice that thing off.
I don't.
Oh, no.
There's something growing on your face.
Met.
I think it's mold or something.
Clinton, it looks absolutely fantastic.
Don't lie to the man, come on. He's a friend.
Jeez.
If you want it to come in even thicker, I have a few supplies that, and Lance will stroke his own beard, do quite the trick.
Yeah, maybe we could have a talk after. Jeez. You guys really lay on the hurt. Well, I'm a little taken aback. Anyway, thanks for coming on such short notice. Sylias, do you want to bring your bullfrog friend in?
You notice that like Jeremiah is like slowly like eyeing up the mind flayer's head, just being like
the giant Vanderhub. Does he come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he can walk on 2 feet on top of being a fantastic mount. So yeah, he kind of follows in after you switch, leaving like an intimidating shadow over you, as to just emphasize your own presence. As you look around, you are in Clinton Slaughtermurder's sitting room. There's a big animated plush couch that sits in the corner. You see it just kind of slowly snoring. It seems to be asleep. Kind of heaving and going back down ever so slightly. There are a few animated chairs which skitter over to kind of plop themselves underneath you all. Clinton kind of brushes them away with a hand. "Oh, come on, boys, not tonight. No sitting tonight. We got work to do, unfortunately." And yeah, as you kind of walk past, he guides you through the living room, away from all of his various dark paraphernalia and holy symbols throughout the room. And leads you into his kitchen. As he says, "Yeah, so, I mean, it's been one hell of a week. I have just been busy nonstop. My niece is signing up to join Bartholomew's Adventurers. Everything has just been crazy for me. I actually, I mean, you guys should come back and visit more often. Crixus is here like every other week. But you're all always welcome."
I'm going to be honest, I don't think we've met.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've heard so much about you. and he kind of holds out a hand. My name's Clinton Slaughtermurder. I'm the Chefromancer. I animate foods and food accessories. If someone you know is kind of chomped and eaten up, and you need to bring them back, I'm the one to do it. I'll put them back together and bring them back mostly in one piece. The missing pieces, I can kind of swap them out.
That would have been useful when my sister was eaten by a giant octopus.
Oh.
Oh well. She's fine now. Just a little bit of scarring.
Well, that's good.
Those are good for building character in slaves.
You know, I'm really not a fan of that whole slavery thing. Just kind of seems bad deal for the slave. Anywho.
It is.
Yeah, I figured. This is my kitchen, and as you kind of look around the kitchen, you see that there are all sorts of different utensils kind of hanging from the walls. There are large kind of stirring mixing bowls, a big stove on one end covered in pots and pans. Everything is perfectly clean and pristine. It's also totally motionless in here, except for the sink. At the bottom of the sink, there's a layer of just gross scum. And in the center, where is kind of the drain, it's just total darkness. You can't really see past it. But there's like a really like rancid kind of smell wafting up.
See, there's your problem. Your drain's clogged.
Oh, it's not my drain. You see, one of the things I absolutely need in my profession is a good arcane disposal, a way of kind of grinding up and teleporting out anything that I don't want anymore. You never know what kind of terrors you can run up against when you're animating the dead or dead foods or all that kind of stuff.
So why didn't you call a magical plumber? I heard Maggio is looking for business.
Well, they're
Maggio and his brother Luigi?
Luigi? Yeah, well, unfortunately they were a little booked. They would take a little longer than I want. And to be frank, I trusted Bartholomew's adventures a lot more. And when I heard that you were all available, I couldn't say no. You know?
Have we ever done you wrong, Clinton?
And never once. Never even a single time. So I'm sure you'll all be fine now. Yeah, I mean, I thought everything would be fine. This has taken years of abuse from me. But like I was saying, it was a busy week. I ordered takeout one time.
Never order takeout. That's a bad idea.
I know. It was Italian food.
Italian food. It's the worst on magical disposals.
That explains the garlic.
Precisely. Anyway,
I eat takeout literally all the time.
Well, you don't live in the Baradac, do you?
No, I live in a bar, actually.
That's a hell of a lot better than here. Anyway, I whipped up a slight concoction that should shrink you down to the appropriate size, and yeah, you should be able to go right in, figure out whatever is blocking the disposal, and come right on out.
To be clear, Clint.
Yeah.
You want us to voluntarily go into the disposal unit that you use to get rid of things permanently.
Well, it teleports them to the dump.
The Trash King's place?
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's a little weird.
He's my favorite, actually.
Weird. Yeah, I mean, fine guy, but I never thought anyone would pay me for what's basically arcane waste. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if it works, it works. He's an idiot.
I don't think he is. I think he's a lot smarter than he. Anyway, I don't. Enough with that. I got my own conspiracies. But if you wouldn't mind, he kind of hands each of you this small vial of what looks like just kind of clear liquid. That is a potion of shrinking. Sort of. It's kind of my own special twist on it. It should bring you small enough that you should have no problem getting into that disposal.
What is this that might
do you
be
have
a
one for Jeremiah?
Yeah, I can probably whip one up real quick. Y'all want to just take a seat out in the living area?
All right, I'm gonna go pet the couch.
Switch whistles for a chair to come in.
It comes right in and plops up underneath you.
Why does this remind me?
as you sit on it and kind of like nuzzles up against your back in a way that almost feels like it's giving you a massage.
Yeah, I kind of stroke the arms of the chair gently.
It purrs louder, like kind of, it just rumbles and slowly walks back out into the living room with you.
Lance will stand to the side a little awkwardly with a thin smile on his face, trying to keep up appearances with the weird furniture.
Hey, Lance! Psst. Does this thing remind you of a small white rabbit for some reason? Because it does me. I don't know why.
Selcress is going to jump on the couch and pet it.
Yeah, the couch springs to life, very excited that its favorite little drow is here.
Yes, I want to scratch behind its cushions too.
You do so. It doesn't bite you, unlike probably the first time, which, you know, who cares? Let bygones be bygones. But yeah, you all take basically like a 15-minute kind of rest.
Is there like a fireplace in the living room?
Yeah, there's a huge fireplace.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah stretches out in front of the fireplace, just like rubbing his slick sheen body on the carpet in front of the fireplace, just getting nice and warm.
Yeah, I mean, he gets nice and toasty warm. You can see as he gets a little closer to the fireplace, there's like a little metal screen, and it kind of hops a little closer to the gate to the actual fireplace to block it. But he's able to sprawl up right in front of it, no problem. Just seems like the gate doesn't want to let him into it.
I wonder why.
I mean, some people might not know.
The smell of burnt toad never goes away.
Yeah, there's actually a very pungent smell of sulfur that Jeremiah realizes when he gets close to the fire. But yeah, the rest of you just kind of either stand around awkwardly, jump on the couch, or relax a little. And in about 15 minutes,
I think,
go ahead, Lance.
While we're going through this, Lance will realize this is time, and will pull out a small little, I guess, water skin he has of milk, light it on fire, and spend the time to ritually cast this, and ask what sort of trials are ahead of them.
You and your magic and an offering put you into contact with a god or a god's servants. Oh, damn. You ask a single question considering a specific goal, event, or activity within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply may be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. Spell them taking into account. Okay. So you don't necessarily get a verbal response, but you get an omen, I think, in this case. And as you're sitting there and you conduct this ritual sitting at the table is the head of like this large granite sarcophagus, the cover of it. There's no sarcophagus though. And you burn the milk?
Yes.
As an offering to Selune? Excellent. As you do so, the vapors waft up and you inhale them and you smell them and you have a taste. And what was your question precisely? What kind of trials would you
encounter on this quest?
3 distinct tastes touch your lips. The first one is it's fresh. It tastes a little vinegary. It tastes like you just had a fresh salad. The second scent that kind of, or flavor that hits you is very acidic and it hurts. And the third omen that you receive is a strange taste. It tastes like lasagna. And for a moment, you get very confused as you taste this flavor, and you look toward your friends, and you have this intense, overwhelming desire to attack Selcress, who's just jumping on the couch. But you blink, and it's gone.
My friends, do beware. This is a troubling omen. I'm sensing vinegar and a salad, pain, and something akin to lasagna that brings out wrath within us.
At this point, Clinton Slaughtermurder walks back in. All right, got the last potion. You only needed one more, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
Clint,
Please.
did you make lasagna in like the last couple of days?
Oh, that was a takeout.
Oh.
Wow. What about it? I mean, obviously that's the problem. But...
Did it come with a salad? Vinegary dressing, I imagine.
I just had a salad for breakfast.
Did you animate the lasagna or salad?
Well, the lasagna came animated.
Oh, well.
The salad, not really.
Well,
I mean, a little bit here and there. But, you dabble.
Well, okay, just be prepared. We might have to fight the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, I never had any spaghetti. Not lately, at least.
Flying lasagna monster? Whatever.
So, you all
It's
drink
pasta.
you all drink your potions. I assume no one says I don't drink my potion, right? Y'all take it.
Yeah.
We take it.
I don't drink my No.
Thank you, Switch. Yeah, you drink your potion, and you find yourselves shrink down to a minuscule size. As in a moment, you go from normal size to about the size of like an ant. You are beyond tiny. You are just incredibly small.
Would you say we are Ant-Men?
No, you're tiny.
Oh.
And you're smaller than tiny. And he kind of holds his hand down for you all to climb on.
We are minuscule.
Jeremiah is slightly larger than you are, Switch, but he's still very tiny.
I mean, as usual, right?
Yeah, as per usual.
Yeah, I climb on Jeremiah.
Okay. And
We're going up.
And Jeremiah climbs upon the hand.
Okay. Clinton Slaughtermurder brings you over to the garbage disposal and says, "Alrighty, well, I guess here's a little. Geez, how are you gonna get down there? I think I have some thread in the other room." Kind of runs over, gets like a spool of thread. All right, you can climb down this, and you look at this like thick rope that he's laid out for you.
Clinton. That's where in the chain.
Now you don't find your voices strangely changed by this peculiar magic.
Yes, what are you doing?
It's because we're very, very small, right?
Nope.
No, we're super tiny.
Side effects.
We may be super tiny, but I still have boisterous voice.
That's a really peculiar effect it's having on you. What was it, Sylias?
Yeah, actually it is.
Everyone reacts differently.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
I
seems.
must be allergic. I can feel a little hot, actually.
All right. So
Kurogan, carry me down the rope. Let's go.
Of course. Kurogan lets little Selcress on his shoulders and starts to climb down the rope.
alrighty, yeah.
When we're down the drain, how do we get back to normal size?
I don't think we want to get back
He
to normal
can brew up a
size.
potion for that easy.
Don't worry, it's not like this is a wonderland or anything.
Yeah, or a one-way trip.
So you all go and you make your way down the rope, and as you do, you find yourself in a absolutely disgusting place. You hear the flowing of water down piles and piles of just waste and like mushy, like it used to be food, but it's in different states of decay. Some of it's like bubbling and burbling as little bits of gas escape.
Smells like the trash swamp.
Oh, it smells like the trash swamp because it made the trash swamp. And as you kind of get down to the bottom and assess the situation, you seem to be standing on metal at the bottom, albeit with a thick layer of like grease. It goes up to like the grease goes up to your ankles at your size.
Ew.
Or a little higher on you, Selcress.
Well,
she's on my shoulder, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it would be higher on you. And of course, Switch is fine because Switch is riding atop Jeremiah the Banderhop. And as you look around, you can see maybe 40, 50 feet away, just from the opening that you got down, you see a person standing. They're looking around through some of the stuff just lying all over the place. They're picking stuff up, they're looking at it. They seem to just be looking around investigating. They look confused. They're wearing this, well, Pete, what are they wearing?
Well, they're wearing a robe that might be familiar to some of you. It is the robe of the Cult of the Green Sun. It's kind of the stark black robe. You can see a little bit of that green light that kind of pulses from within. But unlike most of the other Green Sun cultants that you've ever seen, the hood's down, and this person's just has a fairly normal-looking human face. They have kind of cropped, the kind of short-cut brown hair, male, and they're just kind of looking around for anything in here. You're not sure.
Hey,
hello.
Hey, you.
Oh. Are you speaking to me?
Yes, there's nobody else here, I think.
Well, actually, I see that there are 5 people here. Me, and then the 4 of you. But it seems that you're speaking to me, so that's fine. Hello.
Hello. First question, how did you get down here? Or in here?
That's a very good question. I'm a representative of the Green Sun. I came down here to repair this.
As he says this, interrupting him, there's a sudden loud crash as through a pile of the trash sprouts looks like a giant piece of broccoli, but it's got like it's split into like arms and legs, and it smashes through the wall and makes this awful sound. Alongside of it, you see a small pile of collard greens that are kind of shambling around with it, and you see a pair of asparagus that are just kind of lying on the ground nearby. As this creature roars, the combat has begun. I need you all to roll initiative right off the bat.
Yeah, good initiative!
By the salad.
Not the salad!
Pete, can you also roll?
Right.
Oh, I did.
Yep. Can you roll that so that everyone can see it?
Oh,
not to GM.
To GM, my mistake.
Yep. We got the broccolent, the shambling kale.
Oh my god.
And
I'm so done.
The awakened asparagus. I'll roll for them even though they technically don't exist yet. But they will. Alrighty.
Can't even.
What's our order right now? Awaken. So let's see, we got the asparagus. We got Tiny Sun. We got kale. Oh, the broccolent is like the last. If Selcress is 20. And then Lance, then Kurogan. And then unfortunately, really rough initiative roll out of Switch this round.
I need to talk to you for a second, Pete and Jeremy.
About? You can private message me if you'd like.
No, I'd like this to be out in the open. Spells.
Sure.
And Paladin Aura.
You have no idea.
So if I'm this tiny, I have no idea if my moonbeam is going to basically engulf our entire world.
You have no clue. Selcress,
great.
You're the first one to go.
Yes. Alrighty. I'm gonna take the big one.
Okay, the broccolent goes and looks at you all hungrily.
Pew pew!
You unleash a stream of eldritch blasts, which the first one will hit, the second will not.
Alright. Doing some cool damage there.
Cool.
Now go, Levi!
Oh yeah, Levi, your imp goes forward to make an attack.
Yeah!
Alrighty. That'll definitely hit. Unfortunately, is the broccolent immune to poison? No.
No.
Yeah, that'll hit him, no problem. However, the piercing damage seems to be slightly less effective against him. So I'm going to roll a con save for the poison. And actually, it'll succeed. Alrighty. Next, we have Lance Silverblood. Do you move at all, Selcress? These things are only about 20 feet from you right now.
Well, I'm on Kurogan, so I'm okay.
Oh, right. You're on Kurogan.
Yeah, don't worry about it. And I have a 10-foot reach.
Alrighty. Well, Kurogan. It's Lance's turn. Lance, what would you like to do?
Lance first.
I'm sure these count as magical, but Lance has an idea that might finally fit this niche situation. He will stride a little bit forward and pull out his modified bag of holding. Dinner time, my friends.
Oh,
Open
no!
up and sling out a colony of slightly magical termites at them.
Oh no! Okay, you dump your magical termites, and it seems that termites have also shrunk with you. Actually. Oh god. Alright, so gigantic termites come out of your bag.
I have the perfect thing for this as well.
They're huge. They're like taller. They're about as tall as Kurogan, as just hundreds of them begin to swarm out of this tiny bag that you have, Lance. Wow, geez. All right, and that affects the Shambling Kale and the Broccolent. They just take that much damage. Shit.
Lance is just gonna kind of drop his jaw, seeing how massive his termites look right now.
So
I have a perfect thing for this.
The Shambling Kale seems to take some pretty serious damage. And the Broccolent seems somewhat resistant, but the Shambling Kale gets messed up as your giant termites swarm among them and then disappear at the end of the turn. Jeez. Anything else you'd like to do? Actually, the asparaguses are also going to take that damage. Holy crap. You have just made this fight a lot easier. Thankfully, none of you are made of wood. Kurogan, what would you like to do?
Well, so Kurogan's gonna do his typical stick and string plus jar of bees thing.
Okay, so you tie your string onto the jar of bees, throw it, and whip it back.
And some bees are released.
Bees come out of it.
Not the bees!
Basically, human-sized bees come swimming out of this tiny jar. And what do they just do? 10 damage?
They do 10 piercing damage regardless of resistance.
Yeah, they ignore resistance. Yep. So that's another 10 points of damage in the Broccolent. I'm gonna write bees there, so I don't
And that's
forget.
every turn, by the way.
Oh, I know. That's why I gotta write bees.
The bees!
At the end of your turn, the asparagus will both get up, and they make lesser like sounds. They're messed up from the termites. They already look bad. But they're going to run forward and try and slam themselves. One of them going for the Tiny Sun Cultist.
Oh, dear.
Against you, Pete. It's an 8. And that's probably not going to get you.
Unfortunately, that does not hit me.
Is going after Selcress, who's on top of Kurogan.
They're going to have disadvantage because protection.
All right, you swing up your shield to protect against the attack. A 12. Does that hit you, Selcress?
Nope.
Alrighty. With that ends the Awakened Asparagus, the Tiny Sun Cultist.
I'm afraid there's more of these things. It's quite a clog in this machine today. And he's going to look at one of the Broccolians and go ahead and Witch Bolt. Which misses. Pathetically.
Misses, and a gargantuan stream of lightning shoots from his hand and narrowly avoids hitting any of you somehow. Maybe it got attracted to the
Do not use Firebolt.
Narrowly avoids. Is that the end of your turn? Tiny Sun Cultist? Excellent.
At least not with anybody in front of me.
Next we jump to the Shambling Kale. The Shambling Kale is going to take its full movement to shamble up to Switch and Jeremiah. It's shambling. That's the end of its turn. Switch, it's your move. and Jeremiah goes with you while you're mounted.
Okay, I guess I'll have Jeremiah attack. I don't have a sheet for him, though.
Yeah, you do. I just gave you it.
Oh.
Enjoy.
Oh.
Oh,
Lovely.
Yes, please. All right. So, obviously, we're going to use this attack.
You're gonna use the bite. Weird. Oh, the restraining bite against the shambling kale.
Yep.
Absolutely, you will totally hit. That's a ton of damage. Yep, you'll do full damage against it. As Jeremiah chomps down.
Okay, it is now restrained.
It absolutely is.
And you took away its multi-attack. That's fine.
I shouldn't have. If I did, that was a mistake.
Okay. Yeah,
That was not an intentional choice.
Okay, well, I'll just leave it with that because I need to double check on the better hop anyway. So yeah, it is restrained and grappled, so now Switch is going to attack that same creature.
With advantage.
Yeah, and auto crit because it's restrained.
The restrained is not auto crit, it's paralyzed.
No? Okay.
Yeah, restrained is just, you have advantage and it has disadvantage. It's still very effective. 16 will absolutely connect. Machetes being the optimal weapon for dealing with Kale. As you swing, your machete cleaves through for 8 points. Anything else?
Oh, that's minimum damage. Yikes.
Yeah, it is a little low.
All right, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Searing Smite.
Okay.
14.
14 unfortunately doesn't connect. The shambling kale is just too shambly to really like connect with, I think is what happens. It's just like you cleave through an unnecessary part of it, but you retain your Searing Smite for next round, assuming you don't lose concentration.
I'm going to use half of my movement to dismount from my mount.
Sure.
And move back 10 feet.
All right, well, the shambling kale will attempt to make an opportunity attack against you.
It's
but he will have
restrained, so it has disadvantage.
Absolutely. It will attempt to slam at you, and not even close. Alrighty.
It gently greases against him.
The Broccolent rushes forward, and it is going to grab what looks like, it looks just like a rock, but like it was probably some food a long time ago before it got all crushed up. And it is going to toss that rock at probably Lance. You haven't been attacked by anything. Quacha? Oh, that should be a 17, not a 24.
Oh, 17 misses.
Okay, so the rock topples nearby, and it rushes at you and moves into range with you. And then it's going to make one punch attack at you as well. Slam. Oh, geez.
That hits.
All right. It bam! Slams you for 23 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's the end of the Broccolent's turn. Selcress.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna boop it.
Boop it real hard.
Alrighty. Against which one?
The broccoli.
Oh, right, the Broccolent. Oh, right.
I hate broccoli.
Okay. I think that's just a 22. So it's just the second one that'll connect against that. Its armor is 16 natural.
All right.
Alrighty, as your bolts of icy eldritch energy blast out and slam into the Broccolent, it doesn't seem to notice all that much.
Well, then Levi can try and boop him.
But unfortunately, Levi fails to boop. It actually, it's just the icy damage is just as effective against the Broccolent. It's just it wasn't that much damage, unfortunately, compared to its maximum health. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Next, we have Lance, Silverblood. What would you like to do?
The Broccolanth is not looking rough from my termites, right?
No. The broccolent and the kale seem okay. The two asparagus look real bad. Like, ooh. The awakened asparagus, rather.
Okay, so let's see here. That broccolanth is seeming to be quite the troublesome customer, so I'm gonna give him a nasty little boop.
Okay.
Nope, that is the wrong bit.
Oh no! We've done the math goblin at them. Oh shit! All right, you rush over and inflict wounds. 17 will hit the broccolent. Go ahead and give me your full damage. He is not resistant to this at all. Alrighty. Your necrotic energy streaks through the broccolent, and it sort of withers a little bit and makes a horrible, like, sound in anger and anguish.
Broccoli should be steamed, not in a salad.
That's right.
This was a crunchy broccoli. Take a point of inspiration. I like that. You can only use that this episode. Kurogan, what would you like to do?
So those asparagus are looking bad, right?
Yeah, they're looking bad. There are two asparagus.
I'm gonna go over and boop them with my lever. At least 10 feet away, but...
Shit. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel you.
Boop them twice!
Yeah, you'll boop the first one with the 21. 6 points. That's all your damage. That doesn't kill him.
What about this one?
That one does kill the first asparagus.
Guess what? Let's attack again.
Yeah, and you'll hit with that one.
For 9 damage against the other asparagus.
Which doesn't quite kill it, but it's looking bad. As your great axe cleaves one of the asparagus in half, you continue the swing and connect with the second one, damaging it immensely. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I think you're out of action economy at this point.
Yes, I'm not really going to do anything else.
I mean, you could action surge and finish off this asparagus.
I could, but I feel like it's going to be useful later.
Oh, I don't know about that. It doesn't make it. Anyway, the asparagus gets to go now. And immediately the one that's left is going to and smack its head down upon you, attempting to bludgeon you. Oh, jeez. That's against you, Kurogan.
Ouch, almost. Well, yes, it hurts, but it's whatever.
That's what you get for not killing my asparagus when I tell you to. Tiny Sun Cultist, what would you like to do? This dragon
that
over
asparagus.
and attack one of your asparagus.
Man, that asparagus, it seems like it's almost down. I'll just finish it off.
No, you won't. Wait, actually, messing with me, yes, you will.
3 gigantic bolts of arcane energy.
Whoa!
They fill the space, and you could swear they passed through you, but they didn't harm you because they only hurt their target.
Okay,
Don't
is
worry,
anybody
sir.
else tripping out here?
We'll have this space cleared out for you in no time. You can just relax, sir.
Sir, who are you talking to? What?
You, talking to you.
Oh. Okay.
Into the Tiny Sun Cultist's turn, the shambling Kale is going to make a multi-attack against Jeremiah. Which actually... Wow, Jeremiah's a large creature, so it can't use its engulf. That's a smart move. I don't know if it was an intentionally smart move, but it was a good move. As it shambles at Jeremiah. It's going to be a 19 and a 14. Or an 18 and a 14 switch. Are those going to connect?
The banner hop has 15.
15. Okay, so only the first one does. It's going to take 9 points of damage, which I believe, its average health would be 82. So it's going to take 9 points, putting that down to less than 82, basically. We'll figure that out.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
71 or 73. Sorry.
Yep. That's the end of the Kale's turn. Switch. What would you like to do? Your Banderhop still has it restrained right good.
Yeah, and I still have Searing Smite as well.
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to walk back up the 5 feet. 19?
19 will connect, no problem. And as you do so, The flame is gargantuan that shoots up off of this this shambling mound of kale. Doesn't hurt anyone but the kale, though.
Flambe, like Roger taught me. Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty. You got a 16.
Okay. You still take the damage, but you pass, so at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, you make a con save. On a failed save, you take a, and then, okay. So you no longer take any more damage from this. It's just
okay, so he's not on fire. Okay. I see, wait, I get it. Cool. Still not too bad. Anything else you'd like to do, Switch?
Does it seem like the fire did a weakening amount of damage?
No, actually, it seems like the fire was perfectly fine. Oh, this is the shambling kale. It's a little different.
That is disappointing. We're gonna hit it with the machete.
Okay.
Machete.
Cool. Another 15 points. Alrighty.
And we're gonna do an actual smite.
Oh shit. Okay. Another 8 points. Alrighty. Shambling Kale is looking a little bit rough, but it's not quite out of the picture yet.
Alright, Jeremiah's turn.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
How do I change this? Okay. We're not counting the damage here, I believe. Does a 15...
15 will just hit. Also, he'd be attacking with advantage anyway.
So, that is what we're actually using.
Well, unfortunately, he's not a medium or smaller creature. For the same reason, the Shambling Kale is a large creature. For the same reason that the Banderhob can't swallow it can't swallow the Banderhob. The difference is you can grapple it because for some reason it can grapple large creatures.
So Jeremiah just has this giant salad in his mouth.
Yeah, it's just, that actually is a ton of damage. The Shambling Kale is shambling.
Okay, so I guess 25 damage since he can't swallow.
Yep. And I think that's the end of the turn, right? Oh, actually, can you roll me another d20? Because he has advantage in the attack. Because the Kale's sprained. Okay, not a crit. That's all I was looking to see if he crit fished. Alrighty. The Broccolent is going to go. It is looking down at Lance, going to make 2 slam attacks against him as it slam and slam. Are you guys going to connect with you? Oh, wow.
She's got the OP armor.
Yeah, how do you dodge this? Do you just back it off with your shield, or do you jump, or...?
I kind of almost get down to a kneeling position to get up a bit, put my shield over my head, and just have my sword down and at the ready.
Awesome. Selcress, what would you like to do?
Oh, right. So there's the kale and the broccoli.
Yes, the kale and the broccoli remain.
Well, which one looks worse?
They're both looking pretty bad. The kale is looking worse. Oh, I gotta up that bees damage again as giant bees continue to swarm the broccoli.
Yes, do not forget the bees.
I have them, don't worry.
We're gonna attack the kale.
Alrighty, you actually have advantage on attacks against the kale because the Banderhob has it like in its mouth, holding it there.
Alright.
So thanks to Switch's old companion, you hit and crit with those 2 attacks.
That's lots of damage.
19 plus 6, it's 25.
This
kale is getting worse and worse by the round. It is quite shambly at this point. Another couple hits like that will take it out. Oh, and Kurogan. Who's he attacking?
The kale. Or yeah,
cool, sure.
Kale.
No problem. That will connect. The kale, for some reason, can take poison damage. So it's going to roll, and it's going to succeed. 6 plus, and he takes full piercing damage. 7 is 13 more. Alrighty. So as Levi shanks him with the stinger, the kale is looking real bad. Alrighty, Selk, is that the end of your round?
Yes.
Lance Silverblood, what would you like to do?
The kale is still up?
The kale is still up. It's about, 10 feet scaled down to your size away from you. And the broccolent stands above you, menacing.
The kale is looking much, much worse than the broccolent, I assume.
Yeah, it does. It is.
I will turn around and Sacred Flame it. I don't know if it auto-fails or has disadvantage being restrained on dex checks, but there we go.
Oh, that's a very good call. I know it's at least disadvantage. Let me quickly check. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, which, as you can imagine, Kale is extremely dexterous.
So dexterous.
So dexterous. 11 points. That is going to hurt it, but it's still up. Is there anything else?
Not for long.
Anything else, Lance?
Yes, my champion.
Just gonna look at it. Oh man, I really thought that we'd have roasted kale here. Look back to the broccolent and kind of just slowly put his shield back up.
It's like, wait a minute. Kurogan.
Hello! I am going to go over to the kale. I'm up 10 feet away. So advantage on me, correct? Because he's restrained, you get advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 18 or above hit.
Yep.
First one.
Okay.
And then second one. Is he dead?
Already? No, he's still alive.
God dang it.
That's
you know what?
Points, right? Yeah.
I'm
He's
actually
looking
searching.
real bad.
I'm actually searching. I want him dead.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Going for another 2 swings. It's the AC to beat is 15.
I rolled a 19. Does 11 more damage? Does that kill him?
All right. No, he's still alive.
Die!
Oh.
All right, he dies. You
All right, and that means I have another attack against the end.
You run over and take an extra bonus attack against the end and miss.
Well, it doesn't specify bonus attack. Do you want me to fix that?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's whatever it says it is.
It says extra
at the
attack against
moment.
an adjacent.
You're good. We don't mention action economy. There's no action economy.
Perfect. That means I still have a bonus action.
Yeah.
Do I have anything I want to use as a bonus action? That's my question. No, I don't.
Alrighty.
Not as a spell knight.
Not as a spell knight.
Well, Tiny Sun Cultist, what would you like to do?
Tiny Sun Cultist is gonna walk slowly up to the broccolent and shocking grasp. It was a 12 hit. Wait, I think that should be.
No,
that was just a terrible. That was just a terrible roll.
You've been rolling real bad, Pete. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
terrible.
No, that's why we use magic missiles, so you don't have to roll.
You can't miss that.
Unfortunately, I miss.
Yeah, an unfortunate misconnection here. As you go to grab it, you can't.
What
you
a
can't
mistake.
Get it.
If you'd mind just staying where you are for a moment, I can assist you.
The kale's already dead, so switch. What would you like to do?
Is Jeremiah within 15 feet of the treant?
Yeah, he's like about 10, 15 feet away.
Blonk.
Oh, jeez. Wow, it doesn't care about size, huh? Classic things that were meant to attack adventurers. It's strength. All right, treant is strong. Or broccolent. Definitely not a treant with the word broccolent on it.
Yeah, definitely not.
Oh yeah, did it take that damage? That B damage?
Yeah, it'll take. It's not its turn. On its turn, it will.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, so it's going to take the 12 points of damage, but unfortunately is not pulled closer to the banner hob as he just kind of smacks it with his tongue.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And then
nice.
Switch turns to the banner hop and says, "This is why salads are a side option." And then whips the machete out at the broccolent.
Broccolent, yeah. I don't think you have advantage for any reason, so unfortunately that's going to miss. You're rolling just as bad as Pete is today.
Yeah, 3 and a 2.
A rough 2 swings, which unfortunately don't connect. And if that's the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. We increment the bee damage as the bees continue to sting the broccolent.
Giant bees!
And it's the broccolent's turn.
Are the termites still around, or are they just like lazing out?
I think they magically disappeared. You know what? They're probably in a food coma. Let's be real.
Yep, they just had too much to eat.
They're still here.
They cleared out the rest of the dungeon.
That's where the rest of the trees went. All right, the Broccolent, looking down toward you, Lance, and being actually kind of smart, is going to turn toward probably switch. Yeah, switch and attack switch with slam attacks. Switch. What's your armor class?
20.
Chopin.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yikes. And second slam. Yikes.
yikes.
Two giant heads of broccoli slam into you.
So as you see the giant head of broccoli slam into me, the neon green flashes on Switch's armor, negating the critical damage.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hot damn. Alrighty, that.
So
Nice. You were
35?
the worst person for it to attack, not the best. Silly Jeremy. Damn.
Silly boy.
Still a lot of damage, though. And Selcress, it's now your turn.
Alrighty. See if we can.
Kill him good.
All right. Gonna get him.
Continue Eldritch Blast. Now, two misses, unfortunately. Yeah.
Levi, you can boop him maybe.
No, Levi tries, but he's made of broccoli. He's made of sterner stuff.
Why aren't you steamed?
Whoa. He was raw. Clinton Slaughtermurder eats his raw broccoli. Apparently.
No.
What a monster.
It's at this point that you hear from above. You just hear Clinton Slaughtermurder's voice. You hear the doorbell ring. It's like, oh, hey guys, I'll be back in a minute. But his voice like echoes throughout the chamber.
Please don't tell me he ordered more takeout.
You hear like footsteps of him walking away. And now we're back to the fight. Lance, what would you like to do?
Oh god, is that Indian food I smell? Quickly. Switch, you're looking a little rough. Remind me to go with the soup next time, not the salad. Oh. And,
My soup elementals would be far worse.
ooh, I'm giving you ideas. I should stop.
Scalding hot soup.
So
But I'm resistant to fire damage. Don't worry about it.
Oh, all of the damage that he did is going to be gone when I take my turn.
Okay, fair enough. With little choice here, I'm just gonna give the Broccolent a good old boop with my Crescent Moon Blade.
Oh, hot damn. Oh, swing and a miss. Is that all you got?
And that'll do it for Lance.
Yeah, that's all she wrote. All right, Kurogan.
Hello.
Broccoli continues to bear down on your allies.
So, can I switch out the Reaver for the Dragon Greatsword as for free action? Or
Whatever,
bonus
you
action,
drop
whatever?
Reaver on the ground. You'll pick it up later.
Yeah, don't worry about the Dragon Greatsword! Not to hit him twice!
Oh, jeez.
Well, the first
11
one
plus
will connect.
8.
The second one will not at all.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. Nice. 19 points. It's looking pretty bad.
These crits.
It's definitely at less than half health.
Good.
As you
I was
cleave
thinking
into
about
it.
using Firebolt, but there are friends nearby.
But you
Good
do
ugly.
notice that even though your weapon is magical and like critically hitting, it appears to do reduced damage to the Broccolent.
Slashing damage is not effective against
Slashing?
broccoli?
Slashing!
Yes!
Never mind.
Slashing is very good!
Which you know precisely.
Yeah, I would say that they have
Slashing is perfectly
vulnerability.
fine.
It's
They do
almost
have
as if they're vulnerable to it.
They are not at all vulnerable to slashing. They are
Aw.
not resistant to it, however.
But that's
Yeah.
good.
They're raw
Is that the end of your
veggies.
turn?
You need to bludgeon.
Yes, I don't have anything else to do, so it's fine.
Tiny Sun Cultist, what would you like to do?
I'm going to walk up to it, and I'm going to try and shock and grasp it again. My plus to hit should be 9. This sheet's a little bit messed up, and I can't quite get it to fix right. But that should be
Totally
21.
Yeah, you'll connect for 10 points of lightning damage as the lightning streaks through the broccolent. It seems real bad now, like it's on its last couple legs here. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that is all.
Alrighty. Next we move to Switch.
Yeah, so Switch bangs her machete against her shield, and all of a sudden she's at full health.
Oh shit. Is this a magic item or a hand laying?
It's a hand laying.
Hot damn. Completely negating the only good turn the broccolent has had. Alrighty. And your
Then she makes a dice rolling motion.
Yeah. Very well. You can also take a point of inspiration, Lance. Switch. No, I'm gonna give Lance a point of inspiration.
Yeah.
Lance, for your inspiring quote, Lance gets a point.
Yeah.
What can I say? I inspired him for the quote.
Whoa. Is Banderhop doing anything, Switch?
The Banderhop is once again going to try to tongue attack from 15 feet away.
Okay, cool. That will unfortunately not hit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty. And we jump to the broccolent, which takes some bees damage. And it is so close to dead. But it is not quite dead. And looking at Switch just having healed it up, it's going to shrug and attack you again, Lance. And it makes a slam and a slam. Jeez.
Miss and a miss.
Broccoli. Selcress, it's now your turn. Are you going to finish off the broccolent?
Before that happens, Switch is going to use her reaction to throw the dice.
Yeah. Excellent. You troll this broccolent something fierce. Selcress, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and finish it off. Alright, here we go.
Oh,
okay, good.
Nice. That is, I think, that might do it. Give me your damage. Oh shit!
Jesus Christ!
Give me the. I want to see what the other one is. Okay.
Just immolate it.
29. Yeah, that'll finish him. As your bolts of cold energy boom, slam
Time to go
into,
back to the freezer.
and it kind of and collapses, thoroughly slain, beginning to ice over, lying now dead in the sink.
Well,
The sound of
it's about time they chilled out.
Frozen veggies, 2 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
Everyone has bad one-liners.
Switch turns to the tiny son apprentice or whatever and says, "So your maintenance?"
Indeed, I'm here to do some routine maintenance on this garbage disposal. Although I suppose this hasn't been very routine.
No,
Who
I
are
suppose
you?
not.
Who am I? I'm a member of the Green Sun.
I meant your name.
Oh, my apologies. I was a little bit confused, I guess. My name is Stephen.
Well, Stephen, should you lead the way to the next maintenance point?
Indeed. Allow me just a brief moment. And he walks over. You see him walk over to kind of some of the metal siding of it. And you see him kind of like moving through with his hands. You see kind of crackles of lightning kind of coming out of them and cursing over the walls. It's kind of dyed the same color as that green light that emanates from his robes. The electricity is. And you see he also has like a wrench in another hand. He's kind of moving through metals. You see him kind of like turning some screws and things along those lines. I'm actually getting pretty close to finishing repairing the machine. And as he does that, you see him twist one in particular bolt, and you can kind of hear a little bit of a sound kind of whirring from the inside of this large machine. And he goes, "I think I'm ready to start it up at any time. All we have to do is make sure that whatever was clogging it is no longer clogging it up."
Well,
It seems that you wish to assist me. It seems that you wish to assist me in this task. Am I correct about that?
Yes. So we can get out of this place.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the
it seems-
champions.
The owner actually sent us.
Oh, indeed. I was just dispatched.
Very
and
well.
he just kind of
Lead the way.
He just starts kind of walking over in the direction moving forward. Jeremy, if you would care to describe.
Yeah, as you continue to head down through the waste and bile and all sorts of disgusting food product that remains here, you pass by what looks like a carton of milk. It's gigantic, but you pass by it nonetheless. It's certainly soured. Another very peculiar item you pass by. It looks like maybe a set of cart keys for the old cart that maybe Clint might have dropped down here at some point long ago. However, the main real interesting thing that you find is as you kind of turn around a corner where there's just a pile of like half munched up cookies, you can see two figures are standing there. And they look like weird sort of bipedal ant people.
What do they smell like, though?
Well, it's use your divine sense. First, you smell everything in here. It's disgusting. However, you do not sense any celestials, fiends, or undead. As albeit the tiny sun cultist, like, kinda registers on the fiend category, but not like that much. Not like he's not a fiend, but he's just got some wonky magic that maybe.
Yeah,
some people
there's
wouldn't
Levi.
As you're smelling them, I'll have to just speak to the Department of Land Vehicles about those keys. That's a gross misuse of land vehicles.
Maybe...
Well, I'm sure everyone drops their keys once in a while.
Yeah.
Indeed. It still needs to be reported, though, like all things. Order is how we keep the world safe.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Lance will also take a deep whiff of the surrounding area and see if he smells any lasagna or things reminiscent of his divination.
Just a regular...
Roll me a perception check.
Just a regular whiff.
Oh, yeah, you definitely smell lasagna from up ahead.
Why is everyone sniffing the air?
Yeah, I'm breathing through my mouth. It smells awful in here.
Yes, it's pretty bad in here.
But, Lance, as you're smelling, you smell lasagna, but you also smell that horrible acidic smell that you had kind of tasted before. And you can see it coming from two figures up ahead of you that are walking toward you. They're like kind of cracking their knuckles and they're looking a little tough. And they're just ant people. They're about your size. They look just like normal ants, except they're walking on two legs. They're bipedal. They got like a bunch of arms and they're walking towards you.
Oh no,
and
guys!
Calls out, "Hey, what are you doing down in our garbage?"
Yeah, what are you doing in our garbage? This is our garbage.
Yeah,
we're the leggy boys.
What are you doing here? We're the leggy boys.
We're the leggy boys.
Yeah, we're the leggy boys.
That's what they call us.
I don't think they can see us if we stay completely still.
It's not how that works, Kurogan.
Yo, what are you doing? They're coming right up to you.
My name is Sylias Galanodel. You will turn around
My
and
name's
leave.
Leggy Boy 2.
Yeah, I'm Leggy Boy 17.
What?
Yeah, he was one of the older ones.
And I'm going to use my divine intervention thing.
Your
And
what?
I'm going to...
What?
My paladin channel divinity.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to make a massive root crush these two ants.
Okay.
What are you doing?
All right, can you roll? What is it?
No, it just happens.
The leggy boys save, right?
Yeah, there's a save for the restrain
Hold on.
conditions. As this giant magical root is going to envelop them. I know there's a saving throw on this.
Here it is. So strength or dex save?
Dexterity.
Or strength.
I will roll them up if you want.
Yeah, all right. So all of a sudden, from just like the dirt and like debris and garbage, actually from the pile of like rotting cookies, this giant spectral vine just wraps out and wraps around them. It doesn't like quite crush them, but they are thoroughly restrained by it. It's like, what are you doing? Whoa, not cool.
Stay here, we'll have to hurt you.
You can't just make an You can't just come up into our mound.
Oh, you're making a mountain out of this animal, man.
Yes, please shut up. We don't want to kill you if we don't have to. We are here to take out the job, and that's it.
I mean, I want to kill them.
We apologize for the necessary restraints, but we need to in order to proceed downwards.
Go. This isn't cool.
Yeah, let us. This is ridiculous. Leggy boy.
Let you go in a minute. Don't worry about it. Just let us take care of business and we'll be out of your antenna.
Let's continue.
What are you trying to do? What are you doing here?
Kill on some lasagna, no big deal. Don't worry about it.
No, you can't do that. You can't. You gotta keep. We need the claws.
Lance, do you have the silence spell?
I had big plans for that lasagna. I was gonna make myself a big dinner.
I was gonna get married and eat lasagna. What are you doing?
He had a wife that he was gonna make with that lasagna.
Silence spell, please, Lance.
Somebody please shut up the ants before I have to burn them.
You can't burn us. We're just the Leggy Boys.
Yeah, we're the coolest gang of ants in town. You want to join the Leggy Boys? You can't. You're not an ant. Hey!
How many legs you got? Less than us, if I'm counting right.
Hey, you want to join the champions? Too bad, because you're inferior creatures and not peons.
Sounds like a dumb game.
Can I burn them now?
No one's a better peon than the Leggy Boys.
Yes, please burn them.
Come on, take over fire.
I'll show you my peons. Go peons.
Yes.
You just murder them. All right,
oh no, not the Leggy Boys.
You incinerate one of the Leggy Boys. It burns to ash.
That was my best brother. He was my favorite brother. Number 17 was a top-notch Leggy boy.
Well, now he is dead, and you have learned your lesson, correct?
You toot upon your whistle, and the Leggy boy that was slain looks up, and its head kind of cocks towards you. The Leggy boy, we're the Leggy Boys.
Brother? That doesn't sound like the regular Leggy Boys enthusiasm that I'm used to.
We serve the thing.
That's not true. Brother,
you're not an ant.
We're the Leggy Boys. We want our own serve.
Clearly he's seen the light.
You see this one Leggy boy starting to look really scared and sad.
What were you saying, Switch?
Switch is moving on.
Yeah, Switch, you get
Leggy
down.
Boys!
It's my weakness. Monologue.
Switch, yeah, you go down the way a little bit, and you can see there's like a giant anthill built into the side of this pile of rubble, and you can see hundreds of these ant people.
I cast Moonbeam.
Oh my god.
I am spending the spell slot right now.
Okay, can everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw?
I'm usually very good at those.
Pete, I think all of the ants are gonna die here.
We'll see how much damage it do.
Yeah, we'll have to see the damage. Yeah, I think that killed him. You kill all the ant people. Your moonbeam envelops the entirety of the garbage disposal.
Leggy boys.
They're all dead.
Leggy boy!
You killed all the Leggy Boys.
Oh, the
I kind
Leggy
of wanted
boys.
to incorporate the Leggy Boys into my peon army.
I feel
not anymore.
Now they're all legless boys.
But I resist all spell damage, so I take 7 anyway. Or no, 6. Sorry.
Can you roll a concentration check, or do you want to continue to keep this up?
Please don't.
I would like to keep this up, thank you.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, every 6 seconds, you guys are gonna be hit by the moonbeam.
I want to make sure they're all dead.
Oh,
Wait, stop!
Kurogan is going to second wind because he's not trying to die.
Second round of the moonbeam.
That's fair.
So go ahead and roll the damage again. Everyone's got to roll another con save.
You get resistance too, being so close to him, right?
I believe, yeah. So you're only going to take half damage because of Switch's ability.
All right, so 7.
Okay.
Lance will hold
All
on.
allies, but I mean the tiny green sun.
I was gonna ask, is he an ally?
Yeah, he's an ally. I like him.
Okay.
He follows order.
He's all about slaying. Well, actually, he's not about slaying. He's about fixing.
All right, now I will drop the moonbeam.
You killed my poor leggy boys. After a moment,
Kill Levi. You're so mean.
Levi
She's
had
gonna
resistance
charge.
too. Did he actually die?
Well, I can summon him back, but it's so rude.
Is it easier for you to summon him or for me to raise him?
I can summon him. Don't worry about it.
Selcress, you spend a level 1 spell slot and oh, you don't even. You just wave your wand and he's back.
Yep. Yep.
Actually, it does technically take an hour to summon Levi, unless the Stygian wand does other things. Yeah, Find Familiar takes an hour to cast.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Listen, what was more important? Finishing the mission? No, I'm not even going to say it. Finishing.
You're the worst champion ever.
We still have a little bit of time, Selcress. Do you want me to pop him up?
Will that work on him? He's not exactly,
He is a creature, right? I mean, a fell creature, but a creature nonetheless.
He's a creature.
I think that Find Familiar summons like a spectral version of the creature, doesn't it?
Who knows?
Is there?
I mean, do you have the spell?
Yeah.
Funks? Could you use it?
By default, yes, it would do that. However, it's a little different for the Chain Pact Warlock, who can make pacts with actual, like, living entities.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lance, do you wanna raise?
Yeah, I
Wait.
will.
Hold on.
Sure.
What?
Imps also have resistance to spells.
They have advantage on saving throws.
They don't have resistance? What?
No, it's just advantage. Even then, the resistance wouldn't stack.
They're very low-level demons, which Lance is holding Levi's corpse at this point, waiting to make sure this is what we're doing.
Take care
Yes,
of
bring it back.
And Levi is back.
The bright light shines through the chamber for a moment, illuminating the whole thing, which makes it even grosser down here. And Levi opens his eyes and glares at Switch. But then he flutters back.
Selcress also glares at Switch.
Switch
That was some very
out,
impressive magic that you did there.
Switch takes out a bit of fruit roll-up, tears off a bit, and gives it to Levi.
I don't think Levi can resist a fruit roll-up, but
Or the skin roll-up, sorry.
Oh, skin roll-up? I don't know about that. Pete, what do you think? Does Levi eat any skin roll-up?
I mean, if I was an imp, I would eat a skin roll-up.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Levi will eat the skin roll-up, but he will give you a bad look as he takes it. Like, I'm gonna take it, but I'm still kind of mad kind of look.
So,
Don't worry, Selcress is still super mad for him.
Yeah. You get the idea that he's mad because Selcress is mad.
how many of us are below half health?
I don't know.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm fine.
Switch is
Here.
at 61 out of 72.
What are you on? I'm at 19 out of 52, so Lance is kind of just gonna excuse himself for a second and...
I'm at
You
52 of 64.
You resist the moonbeam, right?
Yeah, and I had already taken the full brunt of a treant, or broccolent, so Lance is just gonna give himself a little boop of, hey, you can do this. You is smart, you is strong, you is on the wrong
You was
page.
good. You was loyal.
Delightful.
You got trigger-domed.
So Switch kind of rolls her eyes watching him do this and just hands him one of her shitty cafe coffee cups.
Yeah, and Selcress is gonna flick her magical cape.
And everyone's going to give them 10 hit points. Now, Selcress, does the Tiny Sun Cultist count as a hero, an ally in this case?
Yeah, I like Steven.
Cool.
Thank you very much. That was very helpful for me. That will make it easier for me to continue to do my job.
He's also a little creepy, but that's okay.
Was it just me, or did it seem like he was about to say kill you all?
I was not going to, and then as he says that, he just kind of looks off into the middle distance for a little while. And then looks back at you. I was not going to say that at all. I said exactly what I mean to, as I always do.
Excellent.
Well, let's go kill some lasagna.
Yes.
Did Levi come back with full health or what?
From Revivify, I don't
He's
think
at
so.
1
hit point.
HP.
Okay, so with the Banner of Enduring Vigor, he has 12 hit points total.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Nope.
Alrighty. So, as you all kind of continue along, you see up ahead something that totally stands out in this gray-brown landscape of rotting, gross food. You see white, just pure, almost sterile white. You see a gigantic styrofoam container that seems to dominate the landscape. You can see an area that's been cut out of it, and then that's kind of slooped down as if to be like a ramp up into the styrofoam box. This little takeout box.
This appears to be the clog.
I don't think Slaughtermurder or Murder Slaughter would. I don't think he knows you're not supposed to garbage dispose the entire styrofoam box.
Well, he did say that he's only ordered out once. Anyway,
Either way, this is irresponsible waste disposal.
Switch scrapes her shield along the styrofoam container.
It like makes a dent in it, but not in a very satisfying way like it would.
No,
if your shield was bigger.
Switch scrapes it along in that really high-pitched styrofoam scraping sound.
Oh, awful squeak.
Why?
As you're doing that, you see the Tiny Sun cultists get like a big smile on their face. That's all.
I think that hurt more than the moonbeam.
Oh yeah, Kurogan's also gonna summon back Reaver to his hand.
Yeah, you just kind of it materializes in your hand, and as this kind of happens, the switch, you make this awful sound. You hear footfalls, and a figure appears in the large opening to the styrofoam box. You see they stand maybe like 10 feet tall, but probably a little smaller. It's kind of hard to tell, and obviously this is in relative to your current height. They're wearing what looks just like a wrapped up piece of lasagna around themselves, wrapped up like armor. Same with that for like their legs and everything. They're basically wearing lasagna plate armor and a lasagna helmet. And they hold a large hammer, which on one end just seems to have a block of lasagna for the actual hammer part. And the figure calls out, "I am the lasagna lord. What are you doing?"
I am not giving into racial stereotypes is what I am doing.
I am Italian, it's okay.
Kurogan's gonna immediately use his grow stone.
Alright, as you use your grow stone, he reaches out with his lasagna staff. Says, "No one can resist the temptation of lasagna."
I hate noodles!
Totally randomly, a bolt of lasagna energy shoots out and strikes the Tiny Sun cultist. You can see where previously his eyes, not his eyes, but his cloak kind of billowed with a slight green. It changes to a lasagna yellow. This is my most ridiculous one yet.
What?
What the actual hell?
Don't worry about it.
Now.
No save though, right?
There's no save. Absolutely not. He totally randomly chose the target for that.
Great.
Completely randomly.
Completely random, of
Oh
course.
man, I saved. It wasn't high enough. Darn.
Yeah, what a shame.
Mine initiative. Yeah, best initiative. But do I already get the grow stone so I'm already bigger?
I want to just say, Pete, what are your rolls tonight, man?
Hey, you know, sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not.
Oh boy. That's actually kind of a good thing, because if he's against us, we want his rolls to be bad.
Oh yeah, there's a big 3 on that initiative, though.
Yeah.
Selcress was on Lord. Holy crap. Tiny Sun and Lance, last but not least. 3, 4, 5, that's everyone, right? No, I'm missing someone, I think.
Switch got a 4.
Oh, God, not again.
Yeah. I have a -1 to Dex. I don't know what you want.
I mean, unlucky.
She is strong girl, but not fast girl.
The Lasagna Lord rushes forward and moves toward. Who's probably the closest one? Probably Switch, because you were scraping your shield. He's pissed. And he's. Huh? Oh, Selcress. I'm sorry. Yeah, Selcress goes first. Please.
All right. All right. Levi's gonna go up to the lasagna and touch him. Yes,
okay.
He's gonna touch him. And
okay.
You can cast a spell through him?
I believe you can, yeah.
So I'm gonna cast this one.
Oh shit, that's a good spell. That'll absolutely hit. 23 is real good. So 11 points of damage. But you can do that every turn, right? As long as you remain concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, and you're gonna use that to heal Levi. How smart. Smart. But maybe not that smart. We're gonna see in just a second how smart it was, because at the end of, well, is it your turn still, or?
No. Wait.
Okay.
No.
At the end of your turn, the Lasagna Lord will make a legendary action, and it will swing his, as he screams out, the Damascus Lasagna Hammer with over 1,000 layers, and he swings it down at Levi.
But with disadvantage.
Oh.
That's protection.
Levi's not within 5 feet of you.
Within 20 feet because I'm embiggened.
I don't.
10 feet actually, technically. But
no, he's not that close to you. Because he had to fly up. And Levi gets bashed with the lasagna.
Yeah.
I just want to say that
plus
Levi's 12 to hit is disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You've got a +3 magic lasagna.
Levi, no, not again. Why?
I like that you wrote with over 1,000 layers on it, Jeff.
Me too. I didn't want to forget my key, the whole reason I made this enemy and this whole adventure.
I already hit this guy. Dragon Great Sword of Doom!
He laughs. Ha ha! You rush forward and take your swings. The 15 will miss. The 19 will hit.
Good. I have some also embiggened damage.
Fantastic. You're going to hit him for, what, 15?
15 points of damage!
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, he's going to make a second legendary action, and he's going to call out to all of you, you cannot defeat my delicious power! And he's going to try and frighten you. It's actually only one enemy. Seeing Switch as the kind of most powerful comparable target, he's going to target you, Switch. Can you roll me a wisdom? You don't care. Okay. Sure. All good. Nope. No, not frightened. And
hold on, let me add my charisma.
Yeah, right. That's even higher. Tiny Sun.
Tiny Sun is going to wave his hand in front of him. He says, I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm going to have to contribute a little bit more to the clog. And is going to wave his hand. You see 2 closets are summoned, but they are normal sized within there. So both of them stand up to the size of the ceiling as these gigantic closets take the scene. Both of them, they kind of have like this green light that emerges for a second from them, and then it starts to glow the beautiful yellow of the Lasagna Lord. Jeremy, I believe the nature of this, do they roll initiative, or do they
Yes, they would roll initiative.
All right, and
they would become inserted into the initiative order. At a 10, that means they are going to go just before Kurogan, that's probably just about the worst they could get.
And then you see immediately after In kind of a flash of what appears like electricity, you just hear a zip, like a spark where he is, and you see that the tiny sun cultist just appears on the opposite side of the room.
Just so
very far in the corner. Yeah. And that's all for the tiny sun cultist.
Alrighty, that's the end of the tiny sun cultist turn. We move to Lance. For a correction, the tiny sun cultist is so far away. Like, relative to your current size, hundreds of feet away.
Indeed.
Okay. Considering how close our initiatives are, Lance will look over to Switch and say, get ready for one of those big divine smites. I've got a plan. And I will run up to where the Lazandlord is the only creature within 15 feet of me.
Kurogan's up there too.
He has crazy reach though, right? So wouldn't he be far enough back?
Does. Yeah, you're correct.
I have crazy reach. I have 20 feet of reach.
So
I didn't say I moved.
Step just in front of Kurogan, and I will twirl my mustache a bit. You may have a lasagna, but can you even be Italian without such a glorious stash? Choose. And dang it. Okay, where is that?
Oh no!
Here it is.
Whoa.
Does he have more than 125 hit points?
Let me find out right now.
Whoa. Is that a cone?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's right in front of him. Yeah, he does.
Oh, Jesus.
You know who does
Christ.
not, though, is the tiny sun cultist.
Oh, the tiny sun cultist is really far off, though.
What's the... Well, but the color spray is also big.
Shit, you're right.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
God. Yeah, so the tiny sun cultist way off in the distance gets hit by this outrageous color spray.
Oh, no. My eyes.
Oh, my God.
He's at least down. Switch. Didn't work out. Tiny sun guy, you can smash him, but Lance is just going to very quickly move behind Kurogan.
Just like, uh-oh.
Da 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 da!
Selcress and Lance are hiding behind the giant Kurogan.
And Lance is going to go ahead and put Sanctuary on himself.
Jeremy, you really messed up.
What I do, Switch?
So, Jeremiah is going to magically shadow step over to Tiny Repairman.
Yep. Teleporting hundreds and hundreds of feet in a single second.
He does not react as he is blind.
Before or after teleporting, it can make a bite or tongue attack for 18. Go ahead and make that strength save.
He's unconscious. Does he get the save?
He's not unconscious, he's blind.
He's not unconscious, he's blinded.
Oh, I thought that...
And now, as a bonus action, Jeremiah is going to use a bite attack.
Oh, no. Damn. Alrighty,
Ouch.
well.
Oh, you have advantage on that attack because blinded.
I'll just roll another d20.
Could be a crit.
Yeah,
actually, two d20s, right? Because
Yeah,
there were two
because-
attacks.
Yep.
Alright, no crits.
Yeah,
But
no
that's a bunch of damage to the poor
Ouch.
guy. You have his health, right, Pete?
Yep, I got him.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, 32.
That's a lot.
Ouch.
And he is blind, restrained, and grappled.
Oh dear.
He ain't doing nothing.
At the end of your turn...
Sorry, that was only my frog's turn. It's my
of course.
turn now.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonus action cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Move up to the Lasagna Knight.
Okay.
And give him a little spank.
Oh! Yikes!
And I'm going to
Ow.
use a second level Divine Smite as well.
No surprise there.
Yeah, oh, that was coming out, no problem. Yeah, go ahead and hit. Give him a hit. Ouch. All right, so it's 24, 37, 40 total. He is not pleased.
Not the good.
Now for my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Succeed.
All right. That's not going to hit now. His lasagna plate is tougher than this. Alrighty, well, you give him a spanking, alright. At the end of his turn, he will use Command Ally on the Tiny Sun Cultist. I don't know if the Tiny Sun Cultist can use any spells, but he can cast a spell of 2nd level or lower.
While they're strained and
oh yes,
blind and all that.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything you can use.
Yeah, you can cast a spell of 2nd level or lower.
Yeah.
The entire chamber fills up with daggers.
I believe that Cloud of Daggers is centered on a point that you can see. He's blind.
It's centered on his own location, which is inside of them.
He can see his location?
I think he can see where he is. I don't think it's like unreasonable to say it just comes out of his hand.
No, it's a point you choose. There's no C.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, there goes my temp hit points.
Yeah, there's not a lot of... so everyone takes 11 points of slashing damage. Just everybody.
Including the Lasagna Lord.
Yep.
Yep.
Everyone loses their temporary hit points.
Yeah.
And Selcress, it's your turn.
All right. All right.
Kill them good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
real
there are
quickly,
giant spectral daggers everywhere.
real quickly, the 2 things that he summoned, do they also take the Cloud of Daggers damage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How close are they to Kurogan?
The big ones?
Mm-hmm.
The giants.
They're like filling up the chamber.
Yeah, they're gigantic.
All right, Silcress is gonna go over and touch one of them.
Okay.
Touch them real soft.
Yep.
Okay. He looks down at you and just kind of go. Defo hits.
Ow. Jeez. You guys are hitting these guys real bad. All right, I think that kills one of them, right?
Yeah, that's enough to take it down.
Yep. One of the closets is gone.
Bye-bye!
It doesn't consume a spell slot to keep using that, right?
Nope. That being said, you would need to roll concentration from the Cloud of Daggers.
Right.
Constitution
Well,
save.
It is a constitution save.
Which you find.
Alright, cool.
Good.
Yep, it's just until you fail your concentration or willingly end the spell. Which could be cast a different concentration spell or what have you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
Alright.
Well, actually, I'm gonna go hide back by Kurogan.
You run over to Kurogan. Okay.
La 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 la!
It seems everyone's hiding behind Kurogan except for Switch.
Well,
right
I'm
now.
a big guy. What do you expect?
It's fair. The Lasagna Lord is gonna go. What's he gonna do? He is going to take his Damascus Lasagna hammer and rush forward and swing at, I guess, Kurogan. Because Kurogan's right in front of him.
Something.
Well, I mean, since he's leaving my threat range,
Oh, wait, are you right next to him?
I'm literally hitting him with my machete.
Right, so he'll swing at you
That's true.
instead. That's a 23.
That hits?
Alrighty. And a 19, which I don't think will.
No.
Cool.
Even without Shield of Faith, no.
Yep. So he's gonna bludgeon you twice, but only one of them will connect. That is
Shield
10.
of Faith is still up.
Hot damn. We love when Shield of Faith stays up. And now the quasits go, or singular quasit. Pete, what's the quasit roll?
Yes, Quasit is going to just reach down with its massive fist, claw down into Kurogan. With crit fail. one of those days, you know? And it has like an open claw because it's used to slashing people, so you watch as the claws just stick in the terrain around you and get stuck.
However, at the end of the quasit's turn, the Lasagna Lord will command ally and allow the quasit to make a second attack.
Haha! 12
Nope.
this time.
Nope.
Alright, whatever. Maybe you shouldn't be rolling.
Yeah, I've gotten I actually sometimes purge all of my ridiculous luck on days like today.
Okay, not nice! Kurogan is going to use one of his slices to slice open the big old hand.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be bad for the closet. Yep.
Yeah.
And, yeah. All right. There are no more closets.
And then one more to slice at the Lazan Lord!
What closet?
What closet?
That'll connect on the... Jeez. You guys are rolling, like, very well for Pete and I's not well.
I also have a +9 to hit.
Yeah, oh...
I mean, the Lasagna Lord has +12, so...
Yeah,
yes, but Lazan Lord sucks.
Too. The closet's got the same plus hit as you.
Yes, but I'm just Kurogan, so...
I guess that's...
Eat it, closet!
Kurogan. Tiny Sun Cultist at the end of Kurogan's turn.
Does Tiny Sun Cultist take damage in the stomach?
He's not eaten yet. He hasn't been swallowed.
Okay. At the start of his turn or anything? Okay, cool. In that case, Tiny Sun Cultist...
stuff.
Yep, Tiny Sun Cultist is going to shoot out at all of you with...
So I think you're not blind anymore, right?
Yeah, I think it's irrelevant.
Your first turn. It's the end of your turn.
It's irrelevant for the purposes of this attack, which is going to be a big bolt of lightning that's going to hit everything.
All right, everybody, including the Lazan Lord, need to make a dexterity saving throw as lightning courses throughout the room.
All right.
Now keep in mind that
you hear from within.
Lord, because it's originating from in front of him. Oh, not Lasagna. I'm sorry. I mean the cultist.
This is getting activated.
Alrighty.
Everyone takes 19 because everyone has my spell resistance.
Yeah, anyone who fails is going to take half damage, which is everyone. Holy shit.
Everyone gets the +3 from my charisma to their saving throws, but I mean, we all rolled too low.
Yeah. So
you hear from within the Banderhub. That's all.
And while all this is happening, Selcress is suddenly encased in a tomb of ice next to Kurogan's foot.
Choosing to live. Mike's gonna take 38 damage, I think, right? I don't know how this works. I'm gonna trust that you do.
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah?
No, oh, what was that?
Oh, yeah, I need to, sorry. He took 5...
yeah.
6, 7, 20... Okay, Jeremiah's at half health. Whoa.
Yeah, shit.
I forgot to add all that shit up.
I am also at half health.
At the end of the Tiny Sun Cultist's turn, the Lazan Lord will command him to make a second attack or spell.
Level 2 spell?
Or you can do lower.
Okay. He is going to...
He's not blind. He is no longer blind. Yeah, he can. It's kind of like looks over his shoulder. You can see him up in the distance.
But isn't he inside Jeremiah?
No, he's not. He's not been swallowed yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He is... Nope, that's... he's got pretty much nothing. He's just going to shocking grasp Jeremiah from the inside. Which should be a 20.
Another spell? Or another spell, Pete?
That should be a...
spells.
That's all we got. That should be a +9, so it's a 23 against Jeremiah.
That hits, but 5 damage.
Yep.
Indeed.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Then Lance, it's your turn.
Lance, seeing how all this magic works, is just gonna spark a devilish smile, and he will focus on the faces of his allies, his dear friend the Chefromancer, and just pray that they stay safe from spirit guardians. And I keep making that mistake. And then, as soon as I can find it, spirit guardians, level 3.
And I believe this does not affect allies.
It does not affect allies.
Oh my God.
Then I will become incorporeal, same plane of existence, but I cannot be touched.
Oh my God. All right. This is going to get real bad. We're on a clock, Pete.
For the record, by the way, this is something that should have been happening more often, but Lance, at the start of your turn, you take 11 points of damage from Cloud of Daggers.
Aha. Okay.
Alrighty, well, Lance is now an incorporeal ghost. As more incorporeal ghosts? What does your spirit guardians look like, Lance?
It is vaguely phantasmal, angelic women with long blue hair and large pikes, glaives, and other such pole arms.
Hot damn. The Valkyrie of Selune, of course.
That should be the shards. That's wisdom, not strength. I don't know why it says strength.
That's a little weird. All right, that's fine. I know what you're talking. So on their turn, they'll have to make a save, and that's all. Actually,
it starts now. Anytime they enter it the first time on a turn, or in their turn, and it.
All right. Roll wisdom save, Pete, for your tiny son cultist.
Indeed, I shall.
Glazon Lord is going to take 8 points of damage.
I'm assuming everything else in here dies.
Yeah, I mean, are you exempting anyone except for your friends that you can see, Lance?
And the
the people you mentioned, yeah.
I'm gonna make special mention for it to just burn through the lasagna, but as far as people go, us and Chefromancer.
Okay. Alrighty, well, damn. Switch, at the end of your turn, Lance, is the Tiny Sun Cultist still kicking?
Yeah, barely, but yes.
Alright. Well, we're gonna use the last command ally. He can make it a thing.
Going to go ahead and... Oh man, not a lot of choices for Tiny Sun. Tiny Sun can see now, right?
Yeah, he's not blind anymore.
Excellent. He's gonna Misty Step as far away from the Vanderhob as possible.
Okay.
So he does not get swallowed at the start of his turn.
The start of his turn, he has to make a new save against a new Spirit Guardian's damage. However, if I can...
Yes. No, it's the end of his turn. Yeah.
It says the start. I can pop up the spell card if you wish.
Was it really start? I'm pretty surprised about that. Okay. Alrighty.
That's all for the Tiny Sun.
Well, that wasn't actually his turn. That was a
yes, that was the command ally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's fine. Switch. What would you like to do?
It's funny that 30 feet looks very familiar.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I forgot that yeah. I mean, fair enough, but...
And down he goes.
Damage?
Now, I do want to note that Shadow Step is an action.
And before or after teleporting, it can make a bite or tongue attack.
Yep.
10 misses.
Oh, you made both last time. 10 misses, yeah.
Yeah, it can use its bonus action to do so. So I think technically the
Shadow Step
yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So I think 10 misses.
Yeah, 10 does.
Yes, 10 misses.
He's a little tougher than that. Is that the... Oh, you still have to go.
Yep.
Give the Lord a taste of his own flavor lasagna? I don't know, man.
A taste of old noodle.
I see all these ghosts just doing the work, so... Take the dodge action.
All right.
I have AC of 22, and he has disadvantage now.
Selcress.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I'm still in a block of ice. So I can't do anything.
Okay, so you're frozen in ice.
Yeah, but it melts the end of this turn, so I'll be free.
All right, the Lausanne Lord is going to take his turn. What's he gonna... You know what? He is going to provoke the attack of opportunity. Oh, right, the Spirit Guardians. Damn, that's a good Spirit Guardian. Pete, that's not for you. That's for the Lausanne Lord.
Oh, no, I was just rolling my concentration on my daggers from before.
Oh, so the daggers are now gone.
Yeah, daggers are gone.
That was some pretty serious damage on the Lausanne Lord. However, as he begins his turn, he takes a bite out of his lasagna and seems to heal slightly. And he is going to rush toward Kurogan, provoking the attack of opportunity from Switch. Please.
I would like to actually knock him prone. Is that possible?
With what?
Never mind. Fuck it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the shove action is as an attack. which I don't believe can be used in lieu of an attack of opportunity.
And we'll stack a smite on.
You hit him hard. Way harder than was worth the attack of opportunity. Alrighty. He's looking rough as he runs over to Kurogan and takes a swing with his Damascus lasagna. Oh,
which is going to get shielded.
Oh, no! He swings and misses.
Just tick!
Shame.
That really sucks, doesn't it?
At the end of his turn, he is going to use legendary action to make a weapon attack against you, Kurogan. He's just going to attack you again.
Okay, that still misses.
God!
Oh. You had to meet or beat a 24.
Kurogan, it's your turn.
Good! He's real close, isn't he?
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Good. Perfect. So just, here, take these.
Oh
my god, your rolls today.
Pete, I needed you to roll well. Holy crap.
Have fun!
32, 34, 35, 37. Wow.
Embiggered Kurogan is powerful.
Okay, is that all you're doing?
I don't really have anything else to do as a bonus action, so yeah, I'm good.
All right, as you hit him, you like crack and break apart his lasagnoid armor, and he looks like really on the brink of death.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does that hurt?
He's gonna take a bonus action to make a weapon attack against you. Oh my god.
Nope.
Swings feebly, falling to his knees.
Just shield it away.
You can go.
Tiny Sun Cultist is going to...
Oh, Spirit Guardians. Is Tiny Sun Cultist still up after that?
Oh, wait, make a save. Strength save.
That should be wisdom. I don't know why it's not taking wisdom.
Oh, it should be wisdom. Well...
Okay, then add a plus whatever.
Different.
And in that case, it should have been a 4.
Oh, great.
Tiny Sun Cultist. How hurt is the Lasagna Lord?
The Lasagna Lord looks real bad. So that doesn't down the cultist?
No, it does not.
Okay, I haven't been tracking, but he's taking a lot.
Yeah, he's
fucked up. The Lasagna Lord looks like on the brink of death.
So is my priority override not to use Lightning Bolt because it would kill Lasagna Lord, I assume?
I don't think the Lasagna Lord is that specific with his control.
Alright, that's his move.
Oh man. Jeez. Alright, we're gonna roll a dex save.
Does this hit Incorporeal Lance?
I saved. Congratulations,
Kurogan.
Incorporeal is a keyword that doesn't.
Plus, we have half damage anyway.
I don't know.
Half damage plus any half damage you saved.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is.
I think
17.
it does, Lance, but I think you have advantage or some shit.
Divided by 2.
I'll just roll
damage.
it with the stacks of...
The lightning bolt fucking destroys the Lasagna Lord.
Oh shit.
And he collapsed. He was at 1 hit point.
I almost took him out.
After Kurogan just onslaught. And as the lightning bolt courses through the room, the Tiny Sun Cultist completely snaps out of his mental domination.
Oh,
Good
no.
thing I didn't have to kill you too, Tiny Sun Cultist.
I apologize. I apologize. I know I sometimes say what I mean, but I'm very hurt. It appears that part of my mouth has been torn off.
Wait, the banner hop just continues to go at him?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's dead.
That's the last
Switch, control your frog!
And after the bite attack, then he shadow steps back over to Switch, with a piece of the Tiny Sun Cultist still hanging out of his mouth.
Lance heals us all up to half health, because that hurt. I was
including
at 3
the Tiny
HP.
Sun Cultist?
No, not including him. Lance holds a grudge.
Well, Pete, it was a good run.
Steven was not meant for long for this world.
Kurogan's damage when it big is insane, by the way.
And with that, you guys defeated the Lasagna Lord. How do you remove his giant box?
Kurogan burns it. Kurogan burns it.
Shield slowly. Oh, okay.
Well, Kurogan's burned.
Kurogan?
Oh, I've got a firebolt I can just use, just...
Okay, yeah, you just start firebolting it. It's slow. Like, it's like big and it's a huge part of it, but it doesn't like totally envelop it like you were hoping.
I also slice at it as a bonus action because I can do that with my war magic now. Slice burn, slice burn!
It's gonna take hours if you're doing that.
The Banderhub kind of chews on the styrofoam.
Open a void to the ever-hungry Dark One.
I like that idea. Let's do that.
Yeah, that seems like a lot easier than what I am doing.
It's not permanent, is it?
No, I can close it.
Actually, that might work better than wherever all this stuff goes.
Alright, here we go!
Alright, suddenly you're all plunged into darkness, and you feel...
Does that kill anyone?
Cold tentacles.
Well, we were healed up because of preserved life.
Yeah, Lance preserved life.
Oh, great.
Plus we have half damage from both of them.
I assume you only keep that going for a few moments, Selcress?
Yeah, just to get rid of the block.
Yeah, as the tentacles recede and your spell fades after a moment, you can see that the bodies of the Lasagna Lord and like the arm of the Green Sun cultist the Banderhub hadn't eaten yet are gone.
Well,
however, the box, while battered, is still there.
Rude.
Ugh!
We'll banish
Chromatic orb of fire!
You attempt to banish it, but the banishment has no effect. It's a box. It's a styrofoam box.
I mean, it can still be in a way.
All right,
no, actually, chromatic orb of acid!
Y'all are just gonna sit there blasting at the box.
Acid chromatic orb of meltiness!
It takes time, man. Like, are you just gonna sit there and blast it? Without big area of effect abilities that would really impact it, you're not gonna get rid of it.
Chromatic orb of acid!
You're just not hitting enough of it. You're damaging it. It's
okay,
going.
how about a shatter? How about that? 60 feet radius.
All right, you want to shatter the garbage disposal?
You collapse everything.
Don't collapse everything.
What did Kurogan shatter?
Kurogan doesn't shatter.
Okay. What does he do?
But he almost did.
Switch literally takes the hours to slowly, with her shield, scrape.
Selcress is gonna take a short rest.
Does it take any radiant damage?
Alex, you are a Dragonborn.
Fire breath!
And if you breathe fire on it, like styrofoam does, it shrinks up real small. And goes right down the drain. And after a moment, you guys feel a vibration around you.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna wings and fly. Grabbing Selcress. Taking Selcress.
A beeline for the thread and climb up where you see that Clinton Slaughtermurder is thoroughly distracted. You hear him talking to someone in the other room. And you aren't
I'm
quite
flying, so whee! I go right up to his ear. Hey!
All right.
Hey! Probably time to embiggen us now!
What's your armor class, Kurogan?
19. Shield it so it doesn't smash me.
It's kind of like, whoa! Just smacks like, just surprised, goes to bat. And yeah, you get his attention. And he goes, oh, hey! You're back. Great! And he comes over, gives you all the embiggening potion, and congratulations! You are all paid.
You did it.
I'm sorry, your 300 Bartholomew bucks and 2 experience points.
2 experience points.
Yeah, you get double XP at Myth.
You get double XP in Myth.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
And congratulations,
First Miss Tier dead.
You have succeeded in our weird, wonky adventure.
I loved it.
High five, freeze frame.
The broccolent was my favorite.
The what
Champions!
The broccolent.
The broccolent. I really loved the idea of having the salad being the name of the encounter. And with that, Pete, I think we gotta, unless you guys want to shop.